Good evening everyone. Now we will be solving the Leetcode problem 287 and the question is to find the duplicate number. So here we can see that the question is saying that there is an integer array which is containing distinct elements in the range of 1 to n where n is the size of our array. So on seeing that the element ranges from 1 to n or 0 to n, we can think of the cyclic sort. So we will be using the cyclic sort method to solve this problem. So first of all, let us see what the question is saying. Suppose there is an array 1, 3, 4, 2 and 2 and we have our array size as 5. So we can see that the question is saying that there is only one element which is repeating twice, that is it is duplicate is present in the array. Here you can see 1 is present, 2 is present, 3 is present, 4 is present, but 5 is not present, and in place of that the 2 is an extra 2, that is the duplicate is present. So what we will do is the simple thing that we do, first of all what we will sort our elements with the help of the cyclic sort, the simple concept. And second, the thing which we will check is that if the element is present at its correct index, then we will just do the I plus plus, we will move to the next element. And if the element is not present at its correct element, at its correct place, then we will just swap it with the correct index element. And if we found out that suppose here are two 2's, and if we check after sorting the 2, one of the 2 will come at this position, and when the eye will be pointing towards the second 2, it will say that the correct index for the 2 is same as that of this 2. And if the element 2, that is which is present at this I value and which is present at this correct index is same, then also we will just move ahead, that is I plus plus. So we will be doing two things. We will checking first if the element is not present at its correct place, then just swap it, and if the element is present at its correct place, then do the I plus plus. And if we found that a duplicate of element is already present at the position, then also we will just move to the next element. So what will happen, let us see. Suppose let us take our example, that is 1, 3, 4, 2 and 2. In the case where the elements are present from 1 to n, we know that the indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and like that. So the element 1 will be present at the index 0, the element 2 will be present at the index 1, the element 3 will be present at the index 2. So we can see from here clearly that the correct position of our element is n minus 1 times of its value. So the correct index value will be nums of I, that is the value of our element at that particular I, minus 1. Now let's see, this is 1, so we have initialized our I value, that is 0. Okay, so we check that 1 is our element, so its correct index will be nums of I, that is 0, 1 minus 1, that will be 0. So it will be checking that whether the element present at the 0th index is 1 or not. So it is already 1, so no swapping is required because the correct index element and the nums of I element both are same, so it will just do I plus plus. So now I will be pointing towards 1. Now we will check the correct position of this 3. Nums of I, that means 3. 3 minus 1, that is 2. So we will swap the element at the 2 with the current I element, that is the I is equal to 1. So 3 and 4 will be swapped and we will be getting 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, and I will be pointing still here. Then again it will check the correct position of the element 4, which will be giving 3, that is 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, so now what will happen is the element at the third index, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, this and this will be interchanged. So we will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Our eye is still pointing towards this value only. Now it will again check the correct index. It will be checking correct index, that will 2 minus 1, that is 1. So we have seen that if the correct index, if the element is already present at its correct index, then we will just do nothing but the I plus plus. So we'll be moving towards the next value of I, that is I is equal to 2. Again it checked that the correct index for 3 is 2 and the correct value of the I is also 2. So nothing will happen and I plus plus. Again I plus plus is taking place. So I is equal to 3. Again it will check the correct index of 4, that will be coming 3 and the current value of I is also 3. So nothing will happen and I will just update it. So I is equal to 4. Now at I is equal to 4 it will again check the correct position of 2, which will be coming out to be 1. But on checking that the element present at the 1 and the element present at the correct index I both are same, so no interchanging is possible. So again the I value will be updated and we will be coming out of our loop. So here we will stop and we have got our sorted array, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Now as we can see that the index, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, that the correct element, that is 1, is present at its I plus 1 index. That is, we are seeing that if the element is not duplicate and it is present at its correct index, then it is just j plus 1. Whatever is its index j, it is just plus 1 value. So now we will be using a for loop and we will pass through each element and we will check whether if the element is not equal to j plus 1, then the value of the element at that j index will be the duplicate element and we will be solving our problem. Now let's see the code part. Here what will happen, we will initialize at I is equal to 0 and then suppose n is the size of our vector and we will be checking while I is less than n until the I index is valid. Now what we will check, we will find the correct index, that is int correct index, and the correct index when the value is ranging from 1 to n is nums of I, whatever is the value of the element, minus 1. Okay, so what are the conditions that we need to check? First is that if our correct index is equal to I, if it is equal to the I, or if we are getting that the nums of I is equal to nums of correct index, if any of these two situation is possible, then we will just update our I value. And if this statement fails, what we will be getting that the element is not present at its correct position, so we will be using the swap function and we will swap the current element at the I index with the element present at its correct index. So till here we have done our cyclic sort. Now we will just do nothing but apply a for loop, for which we will initialize an variable, that is j is equal to 0 and j should be less than n, and then j plus plus, and then we will be checking if nums of j, the element present at the jth index, is not equal to j plus 1, then just return the element present at that j index, and which will be our required duplicate element. So with this we came to our final code that will be giving the duplicate element of our question. Thank you.